have going on here? Not the rain, it's the heat. So we do have a weather impact alert in effect for us going into tomorrow as well, because we have more extreme heat across our area going into the first part of the work week. That hot weather is persistent across the central and southern part of the country, where heat advisories and extreme heat warnings are in effect. We do have an extreme heat warning in effect for us today until 8 p.m. and we have another extreme heat warning in effect tomorrow for our area from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday, because tomorrow our feels like temperatures could get back up to 110 to 115 in the afternoon on Monday. So more really hot weather for us the next couple of days. Current temperatures mostly in the mid to upper 90s on the South Shore, but the North Shore not as hot because we've had some pretty big storms this afternoon. We're in the 80s in Hammond and in Slidell. Same for Bogalusa, a little hotter in Mandeville, 95. We even have some 80s across South Mississippi, where we've had some big storms this afternoon. Feels like temperatures in the 100s south of Lake Pontchartrain. Feels like 105 in Houma, 104 in Kenner, and 104 at the lakefront. But on the North Shore, not feeling as hot because of these storms. And with the storms and the cloud cover, it's not as brutal north of the lake, but we've had some pretty strong thunderstorms this afternoon. Live look at radar. Storms still on the North Shore now. A big storm in northern Washington Parish, also moving into Tangipahoa Parish now. Heavy showers with this storm and some lightning, some brief gusty winds as well. This storm is moving southward, so it's headed towards Franklinton. Big storms for parts of the North Shore now. Also some storms happening west of I-55 towards Walker and Baton Rouge. South Mississippi, we have a big storm happening in Poplarville along I-59 in Pearl River County, and some storms off to the east towards Wiggins. Closer look at the South Shore. One shower has just popped up in Mid-City in the city of New Orleans, so a little bit of rain for the metro area, but most of us on the South Shore are dry, and we will be trending mainly dry the rest of tonight, aside for these couple storms that will be lingering for the next hour or so. So as we get into the evening, we get pretty muggy as we head into the nighttime hours. We've been very humid all day, but it really feels muggy in the nighttime hours. Temperatures will be in the 80s, so we really do not cool off heading into tonight. Here's a live look at temperatures across the country. That heat dome that the central and southern part of the country has been stuck with, I mean, look what it's doing. Temperatures in the triple digits across the southern part of the U.S., 90s along the Gulf Coast. That high pressure heat dome stays persistent over the next couple days over our area, but luckily it starts to shift a bit west later in the week coming up. An upper trough swings in. That means we finally get a break in the oppressive heat here at home later in the week into next weekend. We get close to average heat for this time of the year. So we'll be in the upper 90s for our afternoon temperatures. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday stays very hot early in the week thanks to the high pressure. The high pressure moves away. Then later in the week into next weekend, we'll be in the lower 90s. Plus, with that upper trough swinging in, we'll have a higher chance for more storms coming in later in the week. But in the meantime, make sure you're staying safe in the heat. Stay cool, stay hydrated, take breaks in the shade, find some air conditioning if you can. Try not to overdo it. Never leave kids or pets in your car before you head out of the vehicle, going to the grocery store, you know, all the stuff we talk about when it's very hot, because the heat really is going to stay persistent the next few days. But luckily later in the week, as that high pressure backs off to the west, we'll have some more moisture moving in, and that chance for storms does increase later this week. Also, we have a chance for a few hit or miss storms Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but the chance for storms increases Thursday, Friday, even into next Saturday. Rest of tonight, couple spotty storms left over, especially north of the lake. We'll get a few spotty showers and storms throughout the course of the day tomorrow. Maybe some heavier showers in a few spots, but storms tomorrow and Tuesday will be isolated, but we'll watch for some downpours in a couple areas the next 2 days, some brief gusty winds and lightning in those afternoon storms on Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll plan for more scattered afternoon storms later in the week. Here's a quick look at the tropics. Nothing happening out in the Atlantic Basin. We're going to stay nice and quiet over the next week. Here's your 7-day. Really hot early this week, but thankfully later in the week we do get a slight break.